Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making some little elements to go onto my cards. I'm going to be using this cupcake stamp set. You can use whatever stamp set you want because it works with most stamps, but I'm going to be using these today. I've got some foam pads, I've got some pattern paper. I'm using quite a small pattern today, you'll see why later. Scissors, glue, VersaFine Clear Nocturne. This is optional, you don't have to heat emboss your stamping, but that's what I'm going to do. I've got some alcohol pens, you can use whatever pens you want, some white cardstock and some coloured cardstock. So I think that's all I need. But I'm going to be using my stamping platform to stamp, only because I'm rubbish at stamping. And it just means that I get it right first time, hopefully. So I'll get my stuff all together and get organised and come back. Right, first off, I'm going to be stamping on the white cardstock. I'm not using those because I find it stamps better without them. So I'll just get some of these stamps out. Right, I'm going to be using this one. This one. One with a heart. I am going to need to stamp these out twice. I won't go too close to the edge, it doesn't seem to stamp very well down there. So I'll move these out a bit actually. I'm going to have the cherry. And I'm going to have the candle. I think that's all I need for a moment. Yeah. So get those picked up. Oh, don't want it to do that. I'll get that right down in the corner just in case it does move. Right, let me just get my embossing powder ready and some paper, which I've got there. Nice lot of ink. Hopefully this is stamped quite well. Oh, nearly forgot my powder. This is just baby powder in one of these. That's all I use. Cheap powder, that's all you need. Just to get rid of any of the static. Don't need anything fancy. Alright, you can see it needs a bit more pressure in places. Get it done again. Make sure that's in the right place. Good push down. I've got a tool. This was just off Temu. Cheap and cheerful, but it does the job. Still not done there, is it? For some reason. Maybe it's because that candle was a bit close. Maybe it's slightly higher than the rest. You find that sometimes. They should all be the same level because they're from the same set. But try again. Stand up this time. Bit more pressure. You will stamp. That'll do. That will do for a mo. Right, get some paper. This ink stays wet for a little while. so my embossing powder will stick to it. It's a slow drying ink. Plenty of that on there. I've always given it a little shimmy just to make sure it gets to every piece. Tap it off. There, you see that's gone really dull now, but when I heat it up it'll go nice and shiny. So I'll get this put away. Alright, cleared that up. Now I'm going to heat this up and you'll see it change to a dull matte finish to a nice shiny glossy finish. I'll turn the sound down so you don't hear this heat gun. That's my 2 bits of stamping on the white card. I did stamp another candle and cherry, not that I need it, but I thought I'd stamp it anyway because it was on there. I've taken it off now, so I don't need it for the next bit. So I'll put those to the side. Next, we've got to stamp the cupcakes onto the patterned paper. So I'll stick that down in the corner. Same thing, I've just left them there. Hopefully they'll, yep. It's only the cases I actually need from these, but obviously you've got to stamp it all. Going to be nice flowery cases on these cupcakes. So get them stamped on here. That looks pretty good, but I'm going to do it again because I'm heat embossing. I want it nice and wet. Sure that's in the right place. It's a lot of stamping to start with, but once that's done, carry on with the rest. Right, that's fine. Piece of paper before the ink dries too much, just so I get a nice coverage of my clear gloss embossing powder. There we go, that's nice and covered. On the cases, I'm concentrating more on the cases really, not worried about the rest of it. So I'll get this put away and get that heated up. So that's them all heat embossed, all nice and shiny. Right, next up I'm going to use this peach that way. I'll do it that way actually, so that's a nice straight corner. And what I need the cherry back, because the cherry is going to be this colour. So stick that there. I need the heart and I need the flower. Let me just give these a wipe, because I'm going to take them off there because I don't want them just plonked anywhere on this card. Get that one wiped as well. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. It's probably out of shot. So get rid of that one. I need the one with the heart and the one with the flower on the top. I've got a piece of tissue somewhere. Get them dry. Right, so there's that one there. Plonk it down there. And this one here. The only thing I need out of these really is the flower and the heart now, so just going to plonk them down there in the corner. Hopefully they'll stamp okay. Like I say, sometimes with this stamping platform they struggle down in the corner. Put the cherry there. So I'm going to be using the black again. Oops. Nocturne. Whoop. maybe I should have put that one with the heart the other way around because it probably stamped better at the top rather than the bottom, but never mind. Doesn't matter about the powder, I don't really need it this time. So I'm not going to be colouring any of this in. I'll be using the coloured card. So they stamp down there. Yeah. Got the bits I need anyway. Let's do that again. I think this is the last bit of stamping. Hopefully that's in the same place. Get that flower, the heart and the cherry. Yep, they're fine. Piece of paper, embossing powder again. Give it a shimmy. I will cover it all actually because I might use it on something else, you never know. The rest of it saves wasting the stamping. Let's get that over there. Could use the cases for another project, couldn't I? Yep, that's nice and covered. Take it off. Right, get this powder put away again before I heat it up again. There. Nice shiny heat embossing. I love heat embossing. Right, next thing I've got to do, fussy cut them all out. So on one of the white ones, I'm going to cut them all out. Everything I'm going to cut out. Fussy cut all around the edge. The whole thing. On the other white one, all I need is the top pieces of the cupcakes. Like the creamy fluffy bit here, this bit here, and that's it. Keep the rest because you could use it on a different project. On the pattern paper, all I literally need is the cases. So carefully cut around these, then the bottom. Don't need this plate bit, but I'll just carefully cut around here and this one. And on this one here, all I need is the heart, the flower, and the cherry. Don't even need this piece here. Just need the round bit of the cherry. Keep the rest of it. You can use it on a different project. On all of it really. Whatever you've got left, you can use again. So I'm going to get that done. You don't need to see me do that. And when I've done it all, I'll come back. Alright, there's all my bits cut out. Good job I stamped 2 candles because I snipped the flame off. That's all it's got in. I've left a tiny little bit of white in there just because it's so fine. So yeah, I might use that to make it a bit sturdy. I don't know. I don't know where the other bit went. Disappeared. I must have thrown it away with all the other bits and pieces. I was a bit more careful with the cherry. I've got closer to this one than I have that one. So I'm going to use that one. So that's all my bits together. Next for a bit of colouring. I've picked out some colours to match the colours in the cases. So the only thing I'm going to colour is the candle and the leaf on the cherry. I think that's it. Yeah. So I'm going to do the candle blue and yellow stripe. These are just alcohol pens. They're only cheap ones, but they do the job. No fancy colouring. You won't find me doing any fancy colouring anyway. So I'll do a nice stripe and a yellow. I've just picked out the colours of the cases. So the blue and yellow from there. Like that. The flame. I think we'll do it yellow first. And then I've got a bit of orange. Which I'm just going to put in the middle. And I'll come back in with the yellow. Just mix it around a bit like that. And then the green, yep, for the leaf. And that's it for the colouring. I am just going to colour in the middle of that flower, just with a bit of orange, just to make it a different colour, like that. So yeah, that's all the colouring. Right, now all we've got to do is put these together. So I'll start off with this one. I think that one's for that one. Yep. So I'm just going to stick this flat onto here, onto the case. Just line it up. Good thing with these stamps, they got quite a thick black edge on them, so quite easy to do. They're quite simple to cut out, these. This is why I picked them. But like I say, you can use any stamps, any, you know, whatever. I mean, I've just used cupcakes today because I wanted to use cupcakes. Right, with this one, before I stick it on, I'm going to stick some foam pads on. Probably gone a bit overboard there. Don't really need as many as that, but I'll do for that one. What I'll do is with all these bits that are going on the top, put all the foam pads on. This is a nice little thing to do when you don't really want to make cards, but you're bored and you want to do something. Just make a few bits and pieces like this. That's that one. And then this one. Just so the glue, I always like to put a bit of glue on, so it just helps the glue dry a bit before I use them. Right, we'll carry on then with this one now. Now I've got the foam pads on those bits. Stick them back to where they belong, just so I know where everything goes. Well, I need that one for this one. So, where's my pokey tool? Just helps me get these off without pulling the pads off as well, because the glue's still a bit wet. There we go. Bit more glue. Right, and then we just stick that one on top of there. Line it up, and it just gives it a nice bit of dimension. And then the flower goes on top of there. And what I'm going to do now is stick another couple of foam pads on the flower. Actually, I'll just stick one in the middle. Bit more glue. Oop. Get this the right way around. Like that. And then stick that one on. I have done these where I've cut this flower out and put that inside, so this is a sort of inside, like recessed rather than out, just so it's not so bulky. But today I thought I'd do it the other way. I'll show you a card at the end, actually, what I've made with these before. I just thought I'd show you how to make these first. Just like I say, something to do when you don't really want to make a card, but you want to do something. Right, so I'm just going to do the rest of these in the same way. So stick the case on there. And this one. Like that, bit of glue. Line it up. I think that's lined up. Hope you can't see my head. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. Just to give it a little bit more dimension. Because I can. I mean, it does make them quite thick, so you might want to just stick this one on flat, or like I say, cut the heart out on this topper piece here and stick this coloured piece underneath on the other bit flat. You can see how wide it is there, look. But I like that actually. And then we've just got this one, which we're going to put on the candle and the cherry. This bit first. That one. Hopefully these be all right now. Be dry enough for me to just pull off. Yep. Stick that one on top. I've just realised I forgot a bit of colouring. I'll do that now. All it is the plate that that's on. And I'm going to use blue for that. There we go. Just to match in with the blue that's in the paper. That's that one. Right, so on this one, I'm going to stick this flat actually on here. Just got to get that on there. Like that. Just gives it a little bit more dimension. And then this one can be stuck on the cupcake like that, and then with the candle a little bit down the bottom, and I'm going to tuck it. I could have done this before I put the top bit on, but doesn't matter. I'm going to just stick that wherever I can get it in. Might do that side actually. See, I've got a foam pad there. Didn't think of that, did I? Stick it that side. Doesn't matter where it goes. Or I can stick it underneath that. Now I've pulled it down out. There, so it's got candle on the top. So there's my 3 little cupcakes, all ready to go on some cards, or a card, or some cards. You can just use one, use all 3. I'll just show you what I did. This is a card for my sister. It's her birthday next week, so I hope she doesn't see this video because I'm not sure when I'm going to put the video out. But what I did with this one, if you can see, I stuck the flower right on the first bit and then put this up on foam pads. So the flower looks like it's set back a little bit. But then I thought I'd do it the other way around on this one, just see what they look like. No, looks okay both ways, to be honest. Same with that one. This one's recessed back a bit, and I just cut the heart out of this top bit and cut the flower out of this top bit. So yeah, so this is, and I've stuck some glossy accents on the flame, the flower, cherry and the heart, just to give it a bit of shine. So yeah, I've just matched the colours in with the paper. Put a couple of water droplets on. And yeah, I think it turned out quite well, that card. Makes a change from flowers all the time. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. I say just use any of these stamps you've got. Didn't need any dies. Use scraps of paper, cheap as chips. And Bob's your uncle, as they say. Right, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, I'd love it if you could subscribe to my channel. Give me a like, share it with your friends, push the notification bell. That'll notify you when I upload future videos. And hopefully I'll see you again next time. See you later. Bye.